Hi, and thank you for coming to check out Ossia Voice. I'm going to show you how to get set up really quick, and then I'm going to show you a few of the main features of Ossia and how to use them. So when you land on ossiavoice.com, you're going to be seeing this screen, and there's a few things we need to set up before we get going. The first one is the OpenAI API key. Now, what's important to understand is Ossia is a very thin layer above ChatGPT, which is made by OpenAI. And therefore, you need to have an account on OpenAI, and you need to configure what's called an API key. And that allows Ossia to go and make requests to OpenAI on your behalf. But just to put to bed any concerns you have, that's all running on your laptop, and Ossia cannot and does not store your key anywhere. It is really important to keep that safe though, so don't go sharing it anywhere else. Right, so to do so, what we need to do is go to OpenAI platform. If you click this link, you'll be taken to a screen probably to set up an account if you don't have one, or in my case, I've already logged in. Then you need to head over to settings, and here you'll find your organization settings. Even if it's a personal account, OpenAI treats everything as an organization. Now what we actually need to do is go to members, because we're not going to be requesting access from Ossia to OpenAI as yourself. Instead, we're going to do something slightly safer, which is set up a service account. So this service account, I'm going to call my service account, as they suggest. And when I create that, you'll see you get a API key. And that's what you're going to need on the Ossia side. So let's copy that and say done. And as you can see here, my service account has slightly reduced access to your account. And that's going to make us even safer. Like I said, we don't store and use that key, but there's no harm in having a bit of extra safety. So head back over to Ossia and dump that in. One thing I forgot to mention on the OpenAI side, when you're doing this for the first time, you will have to set up billing information. I've already done this, so I can't show you, but you'll have to enter a card. Now, it's a good idea to keep an eye on your billing overview. So while you're using Ossia, come back and check how much you've used in a certain amount of time to get a rough idea of how much this is going to cost per request. It's not insane levels, but it's a good idea to keep an eye on. The other really useful thing is to head over to limits, and here you'll be able to see usage limits. Now, I have a usage limit on a monthly basis of $10. You can also set an email notification threshold. So it shouldn't, $10 should last a fair amount of time, but if you are using this every day, you may get through that quite quickly. So it's a good idea to keep an eye on this and to set up an email alert just so you're aware. And then the next step will be setting up the user backstory. Now this is context that Ossia uses to make good suggestions on what you might want to say next. In here, you can put information about the user's family, their political leaning, their hobbies and interests, etc., etc. I'm going to click use an example for now, and feel free to do so as well. It will give you a good idea of the sort of things to include. So once you've done that, you'll just need to accept some terms and conditions and some cookies. Please do read what's in those. And then let's click Let's Go. Okay, so that's you all set up and ready to go. I'm going to link to another video above which explains what Ossia is and how to use it. If you haven't seen that, I do recommend watching it before you start playing around.